Also, before we move on guys, these radial stiffeners, you can see there's like a slight curve on some of them, whereas if we look at this one, so now guys, we want to take frame 11 and attach that to frame 10. So if we just line that there with a connector. So guys, what we need to do is just, that's going to be going on the framework like so, and then we put this connector. Hey all, how you all doing? Welcome back to the channel, Rich43. Hope you're all doing good guys. You can see I've got the free gift here, what I've had with pack 3, I think it was, 4. I've lost the plot this week guys. Anyway, back to what I'm doing today guys. As you can tell by the hat, we are building more Millennium Falcon from Falcon, and we're at issue 12, all sealed and ready to open in front of you guys. Just place that down there. It's going to roll over the floor. Guys, if you're not already, subscribe, like, also comment and share. And for you guys who are already subscribed, thank you so much for subscribing, and thank you for all coming to the channel to watch me do my thing, building my models, etc. Vlogs, Z900 rides, horses, ponies, whatever. Thanks for all your support guys, do really appreciate it. And let me just say at this time, thank you for all the Elvis fans for subscribing. I've had a mega boost this week guys, and one of my videos has gone very, not viral, I wish, it's popped. There's been a lot of views, thank you so much. Do appreciate all your support, and I'm going to keep putting shorts out every Sunday. I really hope you're enjoying them. A pretty busy one this week guys with this week's issue, so without further ado, let's crack on with the Millennium Falcon build from Falcon. Okay then guys, so let's get straight into this. As you can see, we've got a lot going on this week guys. All these parts I think are going to be being used. So yeah, we've got frames, we've got panels, radial strips to do. I'm not sure what that is. I have to take a look at that. But let me just say something quick guys, look at this. That is the old logo. It's got Disney on it, but it's the MFO 12s. If you look back in the channel guys, on the playlist with the D'Agostini version of this, which is near enough exactly the same, you can see there, look, that could be a limited edition. Let me just show you the difference. These are the new cards what are coming on the packs, and that, I reckon what's happened is they're obviously using the old stock to put with the new stock after Disney brought D'Agostini or not subscribed, but joined them, if that makes sense. But I'm going to keep that card. Because as I say, everyone now is like that. That's the new style of carding. So that might be a one-off. We'll soon see if any more come through. Hey, it's nothing to worry about. But that's a bit mad, that. Because that's how they're coming through now, look. And that's how I've received this one, issue 12. Just little information now I thought I'd share with you. So anyway, let's get back to looking at this mag, guys. Before we crack on with this week's busy build. So yeah, you got the corridors there in the Millennium Falcon, mixed transport and cargo area. There's the Millennium Falcon in action. There's the layout, guys. I've got the new desk, which arrived early this week, which you should know about, guys, if you remember, if you've been watching the channel the last week. I've got to build it this weekend. I really have got to build that, because this thing is going to start getting massive, and I need more space. If I do, and I've got more room then, which hopefully I will have, I've got a blueprint of how big this is going to be, and I think in the next coming weeks, remembering from when I built it with D'Agostini, the next coming weeks, you can use the blueprint to lay the plastic structure out, if that makes sense, where you're going to lay all this on the plastic. But that's in the future anyway, but that's to come, guys, so stay tuned for that. But this is what we've got today, and this is what we're doing by the looks of it. We've got a few parts in these bags, which I'll show you in a minute. These are the frameworks from past issues in the last couple of weeks and what we've received in this week's issue. We're going to be putting those together, And if I just get this from to the left of the screen, here's my pillbox here, guys. Here's all my little screws for this build, which I'll be using. So I'll put that to one side. We'll be using those in a sec. Before we get to open the packs, let's see what else is going on this week. Yeah, joining radial ribs. As you can see, we're starting to put this magnificent build all together. And at the bottom right hand of the screen there, you can see that's what we're going to end up with today. And then at the end of the video, I think what we're going to be doing by the looks of it is putting a few plates just to give us an idea how this thing's going to look. When it's built, it'll look like that, but obviously massive. So yeah, guys, without me gabbling on anymore, let's get these parts over. I'm going to get them all out of the pack, and we're going to crack on with the Millennium Falcon issue 12 from Fanon. So guys, you can see it's a little bit carnage here. I'll quickly go through what we've got. I'll organise what we need and we'll get it put together. So we've got hull exterior, that's the plate basically that's going to go on the framework. We've got this thing here, which is internal details, which I'm not sure we're going to be using that as yet. And then we've got these things, which are called radial stiffeners basically. What happens with these, they join together, you put them together with little clips, add-ons, let me get them the right way around, like that. And then you connect with certain screws, which we'll go through in a minute. And then they go down like the framework to join all these frame pieces together. Today, guys, we've got one of those and a connector. And we've also got two parts of the hull frames, which are BF12 and BF15. Now, the numbers on these frames will come into use and needed to know why should we do these sort of builds and putting the framework together, which you'll see in a minute. And we've got all these sort of screws, which I'll go through when we use them, guys, what type of screws they are. We've got another connector there, and I'll put those in my pillbox and we'll be using those as we go along. So I'm going to organise what we need to do here, get it started to get built, and we'll crack on with this week's issue, guys. So sit back, relax and enjoy. Okay, so what we're going to do is take BF10 and take the radial stiffener, and what you want to do is make sure you've got the number facing up on the frame and put this radial stiffener underneath the frame, and then you're going to attach that with two screws, and you're going to use black screws to do that, guys. So as you can see, I've got a lot of screws in this pillbox, and that's because I did this build with D'Agostini up to issue 31, I think it was, maybe 29 to 31, I can't remember. It's in the playlist. So if you want to see how it's going to progress the next few issues, take a look at that. But then it does stop at 29, let me warn you, if you want to put all your effort into watching that. But this one's not going to be that way. I'm going to go all the way with this one, guys, right up to, I think it's issue 100. Now we might need a bit of lube on this because it's going into metal. So what I'll do is, if I get the oil I've got, and just put it on the tip of the screw, guys, when you do this. Don't put it all the way down the screw. You've only got to put it on the tip of the screw. So I've got the oil over there, a little Tupperware box. Just put it on the tip of the screw, and then that should go in a lot easier. So if I just start that off. Yeah, see the difference? Wicked. Just gives it a bit of lube to go in, that's all. And if you just put that radial underneath, it should theoretically go in like butter, he says. Just make sure it's lined up first. Yeah, so that's that connected, guys. That's how that looks. And we're going to do the same again with that hole there with the screw, black screw. When screwing these in, guys, the radial rib has to go on top of the frame using a black screw. Then you use the gold screws to connect the radial frames together like that. So that's there. It's telling us not to tighten them up fully at this present time. So we'll just lightly put the screws in. Put a little bit of oil on just on the tip of the screw, because we're screwing into metal. Just makes your life a little bit easier, that's all. So yeah, as long as you've gone in a little bit, don't do them too tight, guys, because you've got to have enough leeway to bend them, if that makes sense. So that's that top one in. That's all done for now, and we've done the two black screws. Now what it's telling us to do is take the other frame from a previous issue and join it on this side of this frame, so you've got these two frames together. Also, before we move on guys, these radial stiffeners, you can see there's like a slight curve on some of them, whereas if we look at this one, it's got a slight curve because the Millennium is domed a little bit anyway, but just go with it and find the one what bestly fits. But as I said, don't tighten them yet, you don't need to tighten them too much. So what we've got here, all these frames here guys are going to be connected today. What we're going to do now is get this frame, and this is going to be going on that side like so. So we've got to get 2 more black screws to connect those together. Again, put a bit of lube on the screws if you want to guys, because it's going into metal. Just makes your life a little bit easier. So you're just on the tip of the screw. Line the holes up. Again, just get a little bite, don't over tighten them. There's Bailey the lab saying hello to you guys. Such hard work trying to keep a peaceful house, you know. Very hard. I won't change it. That's how that looks. Now guys, before we move on with this build, I'm going to show you how to join a radial rib. So basically what you do is you get this connector you've got, that goes over the top like so, and get the other part of the radial rib and join that like so, and that's what you're going to have. Let me just try and show you that from the top view. That's what you're going to have, that's what it wants you to join. So you've got a 4 connector there, a 4 connector on the left, and then you've got a single connector to the right of the screen. Now what we need to do is get some gold screws, because that's what you use to connect these radial ribs together. So just make sure that's the right way around. Place that there, line the holes up guys, and then get gold screws, and then we'll connect that radial rib together. And that is in there like that. So that's looking. And then what we'll do guys is connect the other radial rib and put 2 more gold screws, and that is how that will look. And last but not least guys, the last gold screw into this radial rib. And that is how that looks when it's all put together. It's pretty cool. So I'll put that at the top of the screen, and now we'll keep on going with the framework to the Millennium Falcon. So now guys, we want to take frame 11 and attach that to frame 10. So if we just line that there with a connector, and again get a black screw, put a bit of lube on it, a bit of oil just at the tip, and join that together. Again, don't over tighten them all guys, just put them in lightly so you've still got enough leeway to move your frame. And you want one of these little 2 connectors, and then place that just on those 2 frames there. Again, get 2 little black screws, connect those together. So when you put this 2-way connector in, you are connecting parts 10 and 11, frames 10 and 11. Again, not too tight guys, and that's how that's looking so far. And that takes us to instruction 8. See how big it's getting guys, can't hardly fit on the screen. And then what we want to do is take 14, which is this framework here. You can just see there guys, BF14. And then we want to turn that way around, place that just under that connector, and again connect that piece with another black screw. It makes it a lot simpler guys, using a bit of oil on these screws going into metal. It's a lot easier. That's how we're looking at instruction 9. Look at that guys, it's looking beautiful. So now we'll move on to joining the radial rib onto the framework before we put any more frames on there. So we're in the joining the radial ribs now, instruction 1. So guys, what we need to do is just, that's going to be going on the framework like so, and then we put this connector over the 4 holes, which joins the radial all together like that. Make sure it's pushed in the right position first. Just double check I've got that right. So this is why we might have to loosen these screws a slight touch. So we've got some play in fitting this radial like that. See what I mean? That's done the world of good by loosening those screws. Hence why guys just don't tighten them up too tight straight away. So yeah, use these gold screws to join these radials together. As you can see guys, a bit of oil on the end of the screw does the world of wonders. So yeah, just got to put 2 more into there and then that radial is all done. So yeah, we're just tightening the last 2 gold screws into this radial connector. So we've done 4 gold screws in total, and then that is all done. I'll just give you a close up of that guys, there you go. That's how that's looking. And now we need 2 little black screws to put in this other 4-way connector. Remember guys, just a little bit of oil. On the end of the screw, and you don't need to screw it in too much, not yet anyway, so you can move it about a bit, that's all. And I'm trying to get through this build quick because I nearly laid it out then guys. I want to, never mind. You'll know tomorrow when you watch the vlog. I'll leave it till tomorrow guys, never mind. There you go, that's that radial done. And now what it's telling us to do is take frame 12, which you can see just on there, if the light's getting that, and this has got to be this way around, like so. So again, we need another black screw. I'm trying to use that pot first. It makes life such easy, you know, using oil on the end of these screws, especially when screwing obviously into metal, because if you didn't have these you would have a lot of issues guys. Right, and then what we need to do is get my tweezers to get this connector, put the connector on there to join 12 and 11 up. So again, get another little black screw guys. Yeah, I've got a busy weekend ahead of me. I've got to try and get my new desk up. See, I've already got the video for tomorrow in the can, as they say, so I ain't got to film tomorrow. I've got an Elvis shot on Sunday, which obviously that doesn't take up needing to film on a desk. So I'm hoping the next couple of days I will be putting the desk up ready for Monday. Fingers crossed. Just undoing this connector here guys. I've got to put that to one side in case I need it at a later date. So right, there you have that part fitted, 12 to 11. That's how that's looking at the minute. It's getting huge already guys. And now let's move on to the next instruction. Now we're all the way up to instruction 9 of joining the radial ribs, and we've got part 15. As you can see there. Now what we're going to do is turn this that way round, and again join with another little black screw. And that's that done. Let's have a look at the minute guys. Does that look cool? And notice all the numbers are facing up as you look at the build. Now what we're going to do guys, here's one I made earlier. Blue Peter, here you are there. What we're going to do guys is put this radial on this side of the build, line the holes up and join that with black screws. So we'll be joining 15, 14 and part 13. So if I just get a screw and we'll get this started off. But this takes all the way up to the end of the instructions of this part of the build, guys, because we did do this earlier, if you remember. So let me just make sure I've got this right. Yeah. Remember, don't tie them all too tight straight away. Start the thread off just so you get some routine and structure to the build. Very therapeutic this is, guys. I do love doing these builds. It keeps me calm. I love it. Not that I'm a nutter when I don't do it, but you know what I mean? Just, it's my happy place, this is. I do love doing it. So yeah, just a few more screws to put in, and then apart from test fitting the outer plating, that's another issue done for this second issue this week, guys. Do hope you enjoyed having 2 issues in 1 week. And if you did and you want more, you know what to do. Click that subscribe, guys, and press that bell notification. And then you'll be notified every time I put this build up or any other build on the channel. Now, it's not saying anywhere tighten all these up fully tight, so I'm going to leave them loose. But at this stage now, that is the complete assembly at the minute. It takes looking, and this is used, guys, already. This ain't even a quarter of this magnificent build. But I don't know if you can see that on camera. It's still a bit flimsy, loose, which is what they want. I think it's got to be like that so you can got a bit of flexibility. But that is instruction 19, building the framework and fitting the radials, all done. So now I'm going to get the plating and we'll have a little look what this is going to, well, start to look like. And I've just read further over the page, guys. Once you've got to this stage now, as long as you're happy where everything is, you are okay to tighten these screws as tight as they'll go. So yeah, just go around, make sure they're all nice and tight, which makes sense because if you left these, after a bit you'd lose track what you've tightened, what you've not, and then you're going to have a Millennium Falcon what's falling apart. So yeah, all these have got to be tightened up now. I think that's how it's going to be, if I remember right from doing it before. You just do sections at a time. So now this section's done, it can be tightened up. So it's all ready to go to fit to the rest of the skeleton of the Millennium Falcon. And there we have it, guys. All nice and tight now, nothing flimsy about that. And to know, guys, those screws could be there till the end of time when all this is sealed. That'll be the outside of the Millennium Falcon. And obviously you'll never see the daylight of that once it's all put together. But I'm going to get the plates now and we're going to fit those and just see how that looks. And that is how it's looking, guys. I'm not going to push them into place because, as you can see here, you've got like little pins that go into the holes of the framework, and it's not going to be in for good. These panels are not going to be in for good, so I don't want to keep taking them in and out in case I damage them. But you get the idea. That's roughly what it's going to be like. So you've got hull panel 10, which is this part here from issue 9. You've got panel 9, which is also from issue 10, and then you've got panel 11, which is from issue 11. And that's how that's looking, guys. I hope you enjoyed this video, guys. If you did, subscribe for more, press that bell notification not to miss out on any future builds. Remember to give us them big likes, we'd really appreciate that. But for now, guys, that is it for the Millennium Falcon. Hope you've enjoyed these 2 bumper issues this week. Stay tuned to the channel for tomorrow. There's a nice special little vlog coming up from what's gone on with my life this week. So come back tomorrow for that, guys. But for now, have a good weekend, guys. See ya. Peace. And that is it for, well, I say this week's, today's build of the Millennium Falcon, the second one this week, guys. I did promise you I was going to try and put 2 Millennium Falcons out this week. I do hope you've enjoyed that little bumper 2 days of the Millennium Falcon. It was a busy one today, guys. And let me just stop there. I'm sorry about all these things flying about. They're not bugs. I don't know what they are, bits of fluff. I have put them on my bloopers. I don't know what the hell they are. They keep flying in front of the camera. I just thought I'd bring it up there, guys, because there's nothing in here. There's no flies or bugs, so I ain't got a clue what that is. But anyway, back to the video. I can see them going in front of the screen like that, and when I'm editing, I'm thinking, what the hell is... I don't know what they are. I'm looking about now, and there's nothing flying about. Heyo, I don't know what they... I just thought I'd bring that up anyway. But anyway, the Millennium Falcon now is starting to take shape, guys. We've put the framework, we've done the radial ribs joining part of the framework together for the Millennium Falcon. Also, we did a test plate, like I put in the plates on the frames, just showing you how it's going to look and it's going to pop, guys. This is where this build starts taking shape now, and I'm getting very excited about it. That's why I thought this week I'd put 2 Millennium Falcons up, consecutive 2 days for you guys, just to start moving ahead now and getting this thing built. This starts getting bigger now, guys. This desk has got to go. I've said it all week. I've got my new desk out there, and on about that. Coming up tomorrow, guys, it's Friday now as I'm filming this. It's a Saturday, a nice little treat, a vlog sort of thing, should I say, or like a little conversation anyway, of what my life has gone on like this week. That's all I'm saying. It's been very exciting. I'm a bit overwhelmed. I'm happy. I'm very fortunate. That's all I'm saying. That's all I'm saying. And it's a dedication to my wife, Kel. That's all I'm saying, guys. So if you want to see that, come back tomorrow. It'll pop up on your device. If you ain't subscribed already, guys, subscribe, press that bell notification so you'll get an alert as soon as it's up on the channel. And sit back, relax tomorrow with a cup of tea or whatever your favourite beverage, and just watch what I'm going to tell you tomorrow. It's been a very hectic, busy, happy, overwhelming week. For me personally anyway. But you'll see what I'm on about tomorrow. I'm going to put that up tomorrow. So I hope you enjoy that. And I hope you enjoy all the week's content this week. I'm going to try and do it all again next week, guys. We've got Elvis shorts coming Sunday. I might try and put an Elvis short up Saturday morning as well of this week, just to thank all you loyal supporters of Elvis who have subscribed in the last week, which has been overwhelming also, guys. You've blitzed my subscriptions and I love it. Keep it coming. If you're a fan of Elvis, which I am, I'm very passionate of Elvis. That's why he's up on my channel. That's why he's on my title screen. He's a big part of my life the last 2 or 3 years. He's changed my life in a way. I love Elvis. I'll be the first to say he's the king of rock and roll. He's a one-off. There'll never be another Elvis. And this is my little way of putting it out there, how passionate and a follower of Elvis I am. And I do hope it's coming across on screen, guys, which I think it is, because that's why I'm getting loads of subscriptions off the Elvis shorts, because you can see on the analytics basically who's watching, what, how old they are, and male, female, if they're subscribing, etc, etc. And back to that as well, or to that should I say, there's a lot of you guys watching me not subscribed. Come on, guys, click that subscribe button. There's loads going on this channel, and I do want to entertain you, and I hope I'm entertaining you guys. But I'm going to keep it there now, because I'm looking at the time. It's gone to 3.5 minutes already. I could gabble for England, me. I love talking now. I love talking down the camera, knowing that you guys are watching me, hopefully, not switching off. But yeah, I do hope you've enjoyed this week's content, guys. Big thank you for all the Elvis subscriptions, subscribers. You don't have to pay, obviously, but people who are subscribing to my channel because they like what they see. And all you guys who are subscribed to watch the builds, all you newcomers as well. If you're not subscribed, just subscribe, guys. Press that bell notification. You'll get alerted when anything comes up on the channel. You can decide if you want to watch it or not. You don't have to pay, obviously, it's free. Press that subscribe, and of course give us a big juicy thumbs up at the end of every video or every short you watch. Yeah, that's all I can say now. Big thank you to all you guys I've just mentioned. Come back next time. Do really appreciate all the support I'm getting from you guys. I'm going to keep doing my best to bring good content to you and the channel. Thank you so much, and thank you, Kel, my wife. You'll see what that means tomorrow. Stay tuned, guys. Come back tomorrow, you'll know what I'm on about. I'm gonna go. See you later. Take care. Take it easy. Peace.